The Attica Uprising. Attica is a maximum security prison in upstate New York that was infamous for its harsh conditions. A small example of this would be prisoners were only allowed a single roll of toilet paper a month, and if they asked for more, they risked being beaten. Arthur Harrison, sentenced to Attica in 1971, Arthur states that the treatment of black inmates was especially harsh, saying it reminded me of things I used to hear about on plantations and slavery. They treated us like we weren't human. September of 1971, tensions peaked inside the prison between inmates and guards. Over 1,000 inmates revolted, seizing 39 guards as hostages and taking control of the prison. Arthur recalled the uprising started from a gate breaking from a faulty weld. The prisoners seized the opportunity and took over the prison. The prisoners had a list of about 33 demands, including better medical treatment, fair visitation rights, improved food quality, religious freedom, higher wages for inmate jobs, and an end of physical abuse. For basic necessities like toothbrushes and showers every day, for professional training, and access to newspapers and books. The standoff in the prison became a national drama as reporters and TV cameras were allowed inside the prison yard as one of the prisoners' demands. After 5 days, the uprising came to a bloody resolution, as 39 prisoners and hostages were killed, all by law enforcement gunfire. After the smoke cleared, prisoners were stripped naked and forced to crawl through a latrine and then run down a hall between two rows of guards who beat them as they ran. Before the shooting started, the prisoners stripped the guards and put them in prison clothes in hopes law enforcement would be more selective when shooting, because they didn't know who was actually a prisoner, but it didn't work. Over 500 law enforcement agents, state troopers, and ex-prison guards stormed the prison with rifles and shotguns. They were up on catwalks, and first tear gas was shot down on the prisoners. One video exists of the violent retaking, and in the video, there is almost 9 minutes of non-stop gunfire. Arthur Harrison states, I've seen people getting shot at before, but not like this. People were laying on top of people and stuff, hollering from the pain of being shot, and they weren't getting no help. What kind of human being does that to another human being? Stanley Nelson, an award-winning documentarian, stated there was a scene of hundreds of dead and wounded laying on the ground, and the law enforcement had completely taken over the prison. But it didn't stop there. Then it was just a scene of various tortures. L.D. Barkley, who was one of the leaders, was sought out and murdered. The prisoners were made to crawl through the latrines that they had dug, through human waste. They were told that if they lifted their heads, they'd be killed. Nobody was prosecuted for the deaths in Attica. No one was prosecuted for the torture that happened in Attica. The prisoners had a lawsuit that went on for 25 years, and after 25 years, they received a $12 million settlement because of the abuse that they had suffered. It's not a ton of money. The former prisoners have stated it wasn't about money. Money can't bring back the dead and bring back what was taken from us. To this day, they are still traumatized about what happened to them 50 years ago. To this day, prisons get away with abuse and mistreatment.